here, on the very rim of known space, justice is a long way away.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Space Game Junkie Podcast. I, as always, am your co-host, Brian. And joining me, as always, is your co-host, Spaz.
This podcast is sponsored by Dynasty Lawyers. Please do not sue Lubu until you have retained our services.
Dynasty Lawyers. Objection. That would be a fun crossover between, what's that lawyer game? There's a couple lawyer games.
Ace Attorney.
It's right.
Yeah. But there's like a spin-off of that too. There's a few of them. But yeah, Ace Attorney. That'd be funny. Also joining us is your co-host, Julie.
Welcome to Chicago, where there's a lot more ice in the schools than there is on the streets.
Damn. Coming
Jesus.
in hot. Woo! It's not. She's right, folks. Though it's bad here right now. And I mean America or the world, even. Also joining us.
Varies.
Joining us. Wait, is Thorsten here? I haven't heard him. Is he here? Thorsten, you here?
I'm here.
Great.
Here.
Joining us is your co-host, Thorsten.
Hello.
Good. I couldn't see the Discord for a second. So, also joining us is your co-host, Jacob.
Remember, 90% of gamblers quit it right before they hit big.
Yeah, probably. And your co-host, David.
Today's course with coding with Python. Let's print out a number of how many entries are on the list. Fail. Let's try this then. Fail. Let's try that then. Fail. Okay, come on, calm down. I can feel my hairs racing. Testing that? No. Let's go. Yeah, let's just go to Google. God damn it.
I mean, isn't being a programmer going to that one site and seeing if someone else has asked the same question and then getting the answer?
Absolutely.
What is that site called that all the programmers go to? Starts with an S. God.
Exchange or something like that?
Stack Exchange. Stack Exchange. That's the one. When I was trying to learn programming, which was a colossal failure, I went there all the freaking time because that's what you do. So, friends, today we're going to spin the wheel again. We did this a while back. We had a great time with it. We weren't sure but we had a great time with it. So we're going to do it again. We have 20 some questions that we still didn't get to last time. And we have this great Wheel of Names website. Thanks to them for making this really great app. So we're going to spin the wheel, see what question we get.
We're seeing it at a slight delay, so you'll have to announce it.
I will read it out. Yes, I will. If video games didn't exist anymore, what would you do? Oh, man. I would probably collapse.
Be extremely bored.
I would probably collapse like a deflated balloon. Oh my God, what would I do? Probably watch more television and movies, and read more books. I mean, I'm kind of a media consumer, and video games are my preferred media. So I would find another type of media to consume. Maybe I'd get more creative. Maybe I'd make my own media. I don't know, but what about you guys? If video games didn't exist anymore, what would you do?
I can say there'd be several circumstances. One, courtesy of Uncle Sam's military, I spent a month in the desert before the internet existed. And at that time, I had never read Frank Herbert's Dune. And I said, holy mackerel, it's cold in the desert at night, by the way, in case anybody's wondered. So I read Frank Herbert's Dune in the desert. And it took me about a month reading it all the time because I don't read real fast. Other than that, times in my life when there was no video games, sit around, bitch and moan, wait for my friends to come home so we can do something else. Other than that, there's laws and I won't get into how I feel about. But yes, it's tough because like many other people, I become dependent entirely on the internet. I've reached the point in my life where the only way I want to get back to nature and the manner to which I've become comfortable. And my first question anywhere I go is, what's the internet password?
What about you guys?
I think for me, I would just be watching more anime.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. What about
And Star Trek, because there's that too.
There's so much Star Trek. You really can't go wrong. You really just cannot go wrong. There's so much.
In fact, yeah, I just recently got Star Trek Prodigy Season 2.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I still need to watch the special features on that Blu-ray. I haven't watched them yet. I'm a little sad because, side note, we have not gotten any word about any more Prodigy, which probably means we're not going to, and that's just a goddamn tragedy.
At least it doesn't end in a bad place, And
it ended on a great place.
Also, what I mean by bad place is just not like in British, somebody dies, okay, the hero is going in with guns blazing.
No,
next season,
if that's where they're going to end it.
See.
Yeah, if that's where they're going to end it, it's a decent.
If they end it like this, and that's all we get, that's okay because it ended on a good note.
Yeah,
if we get more, then even better.
Even better because they were about to enter a period of Star Trek we know very little about, and that would really open up a lot of interesting avenues for storytelling. But it's I don't know what else to do. I've watched it. I've watched on Netflix. I've bought the Blu-ray. I don't know what else to do except maybe watch it again. I don't know if that'll help at this point. Anybody else have an answer? Anybody? Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, considering how the AAA industry is starting to implode slowly but surely, seeing Nvidia completely implode the stock market as well against the Chinese company, this doesn't feel all that far-fetched. I mean, the India
sorry. I find the stock market collapsing.
Because Nvidia falling off a cliff.
I find the stock market collapsing because a Chinese company made an AI model on a freaking Chromebook from 2009. Just
that you can run on a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, so funny. So, folks, if you don't know what we're talking about, like the folks behind American AI companies have been like lobbying for more resources, more chips, more power, blah blah blah. And the other day, this Chinese company released their AI model for free, open source, that runs on like much older hardware.
You can run it on a literal, honest to God Raspberry Pi.
Yeah,
there is an allegation,
on your fridge.
There is the allegation, however, that they basically scraped their knowledge base from OpenAI's
I know, which is
already existing stuff.
Which is even funnier. Which is even funnier. It's the snake eating its own tail.
And if you want to sum up this entire situation, RTX off.
Oh yeah.
it's anyway. You were saying
it's like you would like to tap on Nvidia's shoulder and just say, "How about you just go back to making graphics card again?"
Yeah, could you do that, please? Could you do that?
Could you do that?
Yeah, maybe ones that don't hallucinate the frame rate.
Yeah, maybe ones that don't cost $2,000. I think the new 5090 is going to cost $2,000. I think
somewhere in that ballpark.
They cost more than a computer.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying I'm going to be shopping AMD next, but I might not have a choice.
Oof. Get some good cooling then.
I don't know. Part of me finds it very difficult to be sympathetic about an American company that their stock has plummeted because they've been outdone because of somebody else's AI.
No, I'm not sympathetic at all. I think it's fucking hilarious. Excuse my language. Yes. I think it's absolutely hysterical.
It is infinitely funny. Yeah. Also, tangent number 1.
Yeah. Because, excuse my language again, fuck capitalism. It's ruining everything.
Absolutely.
It's delightful to see it step on itself. It's just wonderful to see it just.
Oh, I want the entire bubble to implode.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think it will. I think this is the start of the whole thing unraveling. But these people have put so much money into it, it's not going to unravel quickly. But I think it is going to unravel. It's just they need to find out what the next thing, shiny thing they can dangle in front of us is, as this collapses around them.
But yeah, my response to the question.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
So in my case, yeah, it's pretty easy to figure out what I want to do. I'm gonna go back to focus more on drawing then, I suppose. But also, what's Baz said before, because there's a lot of shows to rewatch and watch and whatever.
Oh God!
Speaking of, I was on this infamous site called TV Tropes and got stuck there again, reading another article after another article. And I don't know why, but I stumbled upon Dark again. So yeah, I'm feeling it's a good time to dive back into that one. In these
which series? Which show?
Dark. It's just called Dark. It's a German series.
Oh.
It is incredibly depressing. But I mean, considering how the world is right now, I think it's better.
We could have gathered that by you saying German series, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it could be argued that you're watching it in order to cheer up.
Yeah, like it could
in
be
the
worse.
same way, like in the same way
Black
one would
Mirror,
watch
you'll
like
feel better about the world.
yeah, in the same way you'd watch like Man in the High Castle. It's like things could still be worse.
Handmaid's Tale.
Technically, we're not at rock bottom.
Yeah,
you do understand.
Plenty of ways.
You understand that in America, the Man in the High Castle is just going to be like a documentary series.
Well, yeah, I mean, people look at Black Mirror like a blueprint for technology, so yeah.
What I'm saying is things somehow can still be worse. And if that's the way for you to cope, then sure. It's what got me into Warhammer. It's the only setting I can think of immediately that is universally more depressing than reality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. God, I would not want to live in that universe. Never, never, ever, ever. I'd be one of the 10,000 they feed to the Emperor every day.
You're right. You do
and then that would be over, and then the entire experience would be over very shortly.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Get shoved on a boat, get fed to the Emperor. You're set. You're done. You survived You didn't survive the 41st millennium, but you know it's about how quickly you can get out of it.
It's a matter of perspective.
Thorsten, I don't think you've answered the question, have you? Did you answer it? I'm not sure.
No, I didn't get. I would probably not spend my time in front of the Idiot's Lantern, to be honest.
That's fair.
I don't have much interest in watching anything. It's mostly boring, to be honest. I would probably do that what I do anyway, collecting minerals and such stuff. Be a lot in the outside.
Okay.
Pick up some things that are still on my bucket list, like a sport parachuting, or a sport skydiving, or diving. That's also the things I'm interested in, but not much else. Probably reading some books.
I mean, books are I've been doing audiobooks lately, but yeah, books are great. All right, I'm going to remove this one. Let's move on to the next point. Here we go. Spinning the wheel. That was a good one. Oh, God. We kind of touched on this.
No.
If you had to live in the world of the last video game you played, what world would it be?
Oh, dearie me.
Oh, boy. I'm trying to think. Well, the last video game I played was that Diplomacy is Not an Option game from this morning. I would not want to live in that world. That's a scary, scary world. I would not want to live in the world.
Well, Brian, the game I was playing before we started the podcast was Warhammer 40,000 Darktide. I'm screwed! It's not even one of the like freaking heroic ones. It's the one where you play four weirdos that were weirdos and convicts that were conscripted, given a gun and told to just shoot heretics or die trying. It's just, oh dear me.
In my case, it was MechWarrior 5, so depending on where and when, I might be fine.
Yeah, you might be. It really does depend on where and when.
3025. Okay, 3025 in a sphere, not a fun place to be if we go by like the starting date. Clan era in a sphere, even worse.
Right. As I said,
some way.
It highly depends on where and when.
In my case, we took a friend for cataract surgery, and it's amazing that it's outpatient, and it's amazing how fast it's over with.
It's I can totally agree. Yes.
So in my case, the entire world would be very blocky, and I would be in a village full of friendly villagers that say nothing but on the other hand, they don't flip you in the face with the
game?
finger, and they're very nice. Minecraft.
Oh,
Minecraft. I was playing Minecraft in the car, and it's very peaceful, and you got your villager friends around, but get inside by dark, just like Chicago.
No comment.
Looks like I'm the lucky guy this time. The last game I played was Expeditions Mudrunner game.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what I want to do in real life. So.
Well, that's great.
Perfect.
At least we had a positive one.
Yeah,
Look at that. That's a good one.
It gets worse for me. I checked before. I checked another one before. It's sea power. So the world we're in right now, but worse. The world we're in, but the Soviets did actually press the funny red button.
So Thorsten, I wanted to ask you: are you enjoying that one? Because the reviews are pretty negative. I noticed.
Yes, I guess that the reviews are negative. But let's put it that way. The other Mudrunner games or SnowRunner are mostly about carrying stuff from one place to another, and as the name says, expeditions is about doing expeditions. It's a lot of fun things to find, like random statues in the wild and such stuff.
So
okay, you've got to you have problems to get there, but anyway.
So it's an exploration game.
Yeah, it's more like it's more exploration than carrying stuff from one point to another.
Yeah, because I played. I think it was SnowRunner, and I did get frustrated with it eventually because it is tough to drive in some of those conditions. But
for me, it's much more fun, to be honest.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll keep an eye out for a sale then. Because I saw the reviews, I was like, oh, but I trust your taste. So I will definitely keep an eye out on it. Has everyone answered this one? I think so. Am I missing?
I wrote with text.
Oh wait, Star Citizen. Oh god.
Yeah, I wonder if the universe with bandits or whatever will kill me, or the bugs realizes anomalies.
Will you fall through the floor while your ship is at warp? That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And also, this world is incomplete.
There's just 2 star systems in the entire universe. We're doomed.
Well, you know what? We're stuck on one planet right now, so it wouldn't be that bad, I guess. I don't know. All right. I think everyone answered that one. I think so. Spin the wheel again. What's this one? Have you ever had to stop? Have you ever had to stop playing a game because it was too scary or too much of some other quality? Well, yes.
Oh.
Abso-fucking-lutely, many times. There's video evidence. There's video evidence of me. Thank you, Jacob. Yes. Thank you, Jacob. Yes.
I do remember a stream in which you noped out at 20 minutes in and just cut the stream.
Which stream was that? I think
that was
what was that? I know
I can't remember the name. It was multiplayer. There was a critter that was moving around on the floor. You saw it, and then you noped out
Was it
20 minutes into the
was
stream.
I think it was Space Beast Tariff, right? I think it might.
Well,
have been,
you noped out of that one too initially, yeah.
yeah,
But that
because
was
they had
because
those
of
little
creeps.
they had those little face hugger things, but
You
No,
also
I
had
thi-
a sort of time with the Empires of the Undergrowth, I remember.
yeah, no, I couldn't do
Oh,
that
there.
one. I couldn't do that one. What about you guys?
I got two.
Okay.
Well, the first one I have already talked about, but I guess I can repeat it. So, a couple of years back, there was a game called Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl that came out. Yeah,
Ooh.
the first one. I played it on my, I guess it is nowadays antique rig. I think that's the one I have here in my room that I haven't cleaned out or whatever. It's a decrepit computer. So I noticed that I can raise the graphics on the game. Like, oh, this looks pretty nice. I wonder how high I can raise it. Oh, this looks really good. Except the lighting engine that they had in that game, the night was dark. And then you have a single thunder, just lighting up the entire field in front of you, and then maybe see a couple of mutants running around in the distance. Like, oh boy, okay, yeah, let's focus. Let's move forward. Let's go, David. Picking up a quest or whatever. Okay, so you have to go into this sewer system for some weird quest. Okay, let's go down there. And then I hear a loud scream.
Oh.
I haven't heard any time before. Like, what was that? And then one of the bloodsucker enemies, those invisible bastards, just hopping right in front of me. Then I uninstalled the game and just noped out of it. Like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I can't take it.
Oof.
So yeah, that was really, really, really scary. I'll never forget that.
I'm gonna jump in and just say I was really creeped out by that game too. I tried it once and I got close to this like zone where there were these like creepy things in it, and I just heard the noise, some kind of weird scratchy noise. I was like, "No, I'm out. I can't do this."
Yeah, and the second example I have is actually Resident Evil 4 of all things. I mean, it's a classic game. It's more action than horror, really. But there is something that I can't take when I'm playing a action game or any game with any kind of violence, and that is violence against someone's face or whatever, like eye violence or eye gouging, whatever, something like that.
Oh.
There are these enemies. It's your favorite, Brian. It's bugs. It's Novistadors.
Oh, fun. Great. Great.
Invisible bugs that spew acid vomit on you.
Oh, great. Even
If
better. That's wonderful.
If you die to them, or well, if Leon dies to them, his face melts off of his skull.
Ah!
When I saw that the first time, I was
Ah.
like, okay, I'm gonna take a break from Resident Evil 4 now. I'll be back to this eventually.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
yeah,
god.
I have probably grown out of that fear, but the first time I saw it, I was like, yeah, I have seen it on YouTube. I hope I never have to experience that in game. Oh god, it happened. Okay, I'm done.
Oof. Ugh. Ugh. Who hasn't answered?
I have a couple.
Me,
Go ahead.
Me.
Okay. Go ahead.
For me, it was Kenji. I started the game, created my character, and I was about 2 minutes in the game and was already attacked by some cannibals that started to eat me. I noped out immediately.
Ugh.
So I noped out immediately. I mean, it took me about 3 months to play it again, or at least try it again. But
That's a hard game.
it's really great. It's a really great game, but it's tough as hell, and it doesn't care much about ethics or and morals. To be honest,
God. Oh god. Ugh. Ow. Julie, I think you were going to jump in.
Yes, two things.
Mhm.
One I've spoken about earlier, but I'll mention it again. One of my friends / acquaintances made one of the early Earth Defense Force games, and he sent it to me, gifted it to me on Steam a long time ago. I'd never heard of the game. And he said, hey, I made this game. And I open up the game, and of course, there they are, the giant insects. And I said, "You son of a bitch, you know how bad I have arachnophobia." I uninstalled it and never played it again. He said, "But I made this game." The other thing is, I didn't quit the game altogether. I just closed it and didn't play it for a long time, and that's World of Warcraft. There are 3 instances in there. One, there's an area where there are creatures that are half human, half spider, like the drow, and they go. They kind of sound like that, and I said it's absolutely disgusting. I was doing this quest, and I did it once, and they said, "Oh, we want you to go in here and retrieve whatever this is." My child got lost in there, and you walk in the cave, and it is floor to ceiling spider webs, and the spider. And I said, "I guess your child's never going to come back." The other thing instance, and this was in the Outlands, and this is back in the day when the Outlands were the place to be, and there's one area where an acquaintance of mine at the time said, "Oh, this is such a hard creature. Can you come help me?" And I said, "Oh, okay, I'm a tank. I'll come and help you." And I turned the corner, and here is a spider that is twice the size of my house. And I said, "Not a chance in hell." And so that's my thing, just like you, kind of arachnophobia. And a friend of mine told me about Helldivers, and I said, "No, thank you."
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to play Helldivers either. No. Who hasn't answered? I'm terrible at keeping track of this.
I know.
Okay.
So it's not because it's scary, or at least not in the traditional sense. Disco Elysium. Because I opened it and I played it for about an hour, and I realized, this is just someone coding in depression as a video game. Like, someone has purpose built a game to give me depression. I'm gonna go. I know other people enjoyed it, but I'm gonna take a pass. I think I have enough problems as is.
God. I remembered one while y'all were talking. The monkeys from System Shock 2. Christ, God, I was done. Like, I never even saw one. I just heard them. I was like, no, I can't handle this. I can't handle this. And I just quit. Absolutely quit. Just ugh. Did everyone answer? I think everyone did, right? Or did
I have not.
Oh, sorry, Spaz. Please go ahead.
That's fine. I can generally handle horror in games, so that's never really been a problem for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily seek out horror games as a rule, but I never noped out because of it. So I guess I've been lucky in that regard.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I know I know a few people who love, like, not only love horror but can handle like all of it, and I'm like, how do you do it? I don't understand. All right.
Side note, Chris, since you've linked something on Twitch, Twitch and YouTube will both eat the link.
Yeah.
So if you want to post a link, you've got to post it from our Discord stream chat.
Yeah, Twitch and
Sorry, go ahead.
Twitch and YouTube eat links. So, all right, here we go. Excuse me. Here we go. Spin. Ooh. Oh, kind of the opposite of an earlier question. Have you ever wanted to live in a world from a game? And if so, which one and why? Oh, God.
Tough question.
Star Trek: The Next Generation pre-Dominion War. That's
entirely respectable.
Yeah, I think that's where I'd want to be. Yeah, it was a little happier back then. I can't think of another one. I just That's the first thing that comes to mind is like the next gen era. What about you guys?
Yeah, I think that covers it for me too, because at that point, there have been minor wars, but nothing major has broken out yet.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody else?
That's a really good question, though.
Yeah,
I'm
it is a
thinking,
good question.
I'm looking through my.
No rush.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay.
I've got a couple of two too.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Julie spoke up
All right.
first. Go ahead, Julie.
All right. First is Star Trek Online, because
All right.
not everybody's always trying to kill everybody else. But people always say, and you've had this discussion before, it says, if you think about a Star Wars game, everybody says, hey, I'll be a Jedi, right? Oh, I'm going to be the captain of the ship in whatever it is.
No.
And me, it's like, okay, I was in the military. I was the Radar O'Reilly of the Judge Advocate General Corps, and it's like, okay, work in the S1 section, and nice and peaceful. So I'll be over here on the S1 section in the Enterprise, and when I retire, it will be to some little space station someplace. The other one would probably be Ogrimmar in World of Warcraft, where I would probably just be some sort of vendor there in a nice, peaceful little shop and say, hey, come on in. How you doing? You want a cold one? Yeah. Something nice and peaceful, which ironically, in World of Warcraft, all of the people on the Alliance side all thought people on the Horde side were nasty and juvenile. And I played on both sides, and I said, that's kind of funny, because on the Horde side, we say the same thing about you.
All right, Thorsten, you had a couple.
Oh, yeah, I've got quite a couple. First, the already mentioned expeditions, because I really want to do that in real life. It's pretty interesting. Also, another racing game, and that is the Ride Series motorcycle racing games. I mean, it's so easy to come by really high-tech motorcycles, and you can ride them in various places around the world. So money seems not to be a problem there. I've got two unconventional ones, though.
Sure.
And my list is long in that regard. But the first one would be Kerbal Space Program. And the other would be Hard Space Shipbreaker.
Oh.
Don't ask me why. I mean, Hard Space is a pretty dark environment, but I would do it. I would still do it.
Man, I don't know if I want to live in the hard space world. That's ultra capitalism right there. I don't know.
Don't you want to owe your soul to the company store?
I don't know. Did we get everybody? I don't think we did. Who are we missing?
I can go here.
I did.
Go, Jacob. Go.
I'm honestly kind of undecided.
Okay.
There's a part of me that wants to say FF14.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Purely because that seems like the least calamitous of all the ones I can think of.
Good point.
And I don't know, there's cat girls in it, so that's always an upside.
Yay!
Look, I'm really grasping at straws here.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's the same game with what they call the Great Calamity in it.
Oh yeah. Look. I'm kind of short on options here. I don't tend to play games where things are good.
That is fair.
That is fair. Yeah. David, did you mention?
Am I going to go? No, I guess I'll go ahead. So, after some consideration here, especially when speaking about calamities, I guess I can skip the X universe because of both the Kak and Xenon being on the rampage the whole freaking time. So maybe not in that universe. And pirates are ready to shoot you if you just look funny at them or whatever. So it's gonna be probably a little bit of hard space shipbreaker there, which Forsen said, because I think I could live with that. But yeah, it's not gonna be a very productive life. It's gonna be very monotone and basic property. But mostly, I think I would like to live in the Delta V universe. Actually, yes, go fetch rocks in the rings of Saturn. Maybe put on some nice music in the background or something like that.
Okay.
And hopefully not get jumped by pirates there too. So, yeah. I mean, because there are pirates in the Delta V universe. But yeah, I could definitely see myself flying a spaceship, hauling rocks. I could do that.
Okay. Right,
so at least I have some access to space and, well, also some gravity environments on Enceladus Prime.
Okay. Okay, some good answers. Oh, I thought of another one while you were talking. I would love to live in the Shire in Lord of the Rings Online. That would be an amazing place to live. Or Bree. Maybe Bree. I also love Bree. All right.
Even better, it hasn't come out yet. Tales of the Shire. Absolutely no danger.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Right, more gambling. Let's go.
Spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel. Do you prefer co-op or player versus player? Well, I mean,
That's a short one.
That's a short co-op, 100%. If I do play multiplayer at all, it's got to be co-op. I can't stand player versus player, and I think I do. Most of us agree with that. I think most of us would say co-op if we did.
Does anyone disagree?
Yeah.
Depends on the situation.
Not me.
Depends on the situation.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
The deal is, because people always say when I played EVE Online, they say, "Oh, you don't know it." I say, "Yes, I was in a PvP guild, but I was the industrial support." So, if you're in a PvP guild and you're in nullsec and you're industrial support, you just got the people with the big ships that's watching over you and said, "I'll still be mining here for you. I'll still be manufacturing everything for you." And there's, just like real world, if you manufacture arms, there's always a demand. But other than that, co-op.
Okay.
I think the only real exception is low stakes co-op, like when we've done Rift Tracks, the game.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure for the most part we're all pretty much on the co-op train.
I've gotten to a point where I get like sad if I win too hard in PvP games.
Oh, really?
Because I know I'm ruining someone else's fun.
Yeah, that's that's the thing about PvP games. Like, you might be having fun, but somebody else in there isn't. Somebody else in there is struggling, and it
is one of the large multitude of reasons why I quit Escape from Tarkov, because including the forced PvP, every time you win an encounter, i.e., you shoot the other guy, you end up undoing like hundreds of hours of work. And that's just sad.
That's just rough. Yeah, you don't want to do that to someone. No, that's not. I wouldn't. Find
some people are into that, but
some people are into that. But yeah, I think we as a collective are not. All right, let's move on. That was a quickie. that was a fast one. All right. Oh, okay. What is this one? What game have you spent the most amount of hours on? Oh, well, for me, it's Jumpgate. When Jumpgate officially shut down, over the 10 plus years it had been running, I put about 5,000-ish hours into it. So for me, that it's absolutely Jumpgate, 100%. Nothing else has come anywhere near close. What about you guys?
I can answer this one with one really easy answer. 1,338.6 hours in No Man's Sky.
Oh.
And that's just on PC. That's just on PC. That's not including my time on PS4.
Whew.
which is probably another 500 hours.
Wow.
Someone likes their space stuff.
I mean, I could see. I feel bad that No Man's Sky has never fully clicked for me, but I can see that where if you did, you could just get totally lost. I totally get that. What about you guys?
I hate my answer.
Go ahead.
Elite Dangerous. Elite
Oh, no.
Dangerous.
You know what?
1100 hours.
You know what?
Yeah.
Look, you know what? That game, for a while, that game is fun. You know, and eventually we'll reach a point where we'll be like, this isn't fun anymore, and it just took you longer to reach that point than me. I guess that's fine.
I still hate my answer.
No, you shouldn't hate your answer. I mean, did you have fun for most of those 1100 hours? Did you have a good time at least?
To be honest, no.
Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Oh. Okay.
I hope the fun would come at some time, but again.
So
it didn't.
Oh, so wait. So I'm asking. You were playing it hoping the fun would show up, and it didn't.
It didn't.
Oh.
I mean, I had a lot of fun. I had with the first 200 hours or so.
That's when I noped out about 200 hours in.
And yeah, it's for most people I talk to that they noped out after 200 hours.
Yeah.
But I really hope they would integrate more into the game, and it never happened. It never really happened.
It never did. They had some decent ideas. Yeah. Like I really like that arena racing thing they tried to do, but it never went anywhere.
Yep.
Sadly.
CQC.
Yep.
Right, that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. For like a year, maybe. All right. What about who hasn't answered? I think there are a few of you who have not answered.
Have I? I haven't, and it is by an order of magnitude Final Fantasy 14. No notes. I think it's good.
Right, but do you have numbers? Like, do you know the number of hours?
The number, according to Steam, is 1,110 hours and 20-ish minutes.
Oof, that's wow. I had to get back into that game at some point. I took a while off because I was burnt out. But
I did kind of peter out after what's it called, the second to last expansion. So Endwalker, that's the one. But I am slowly trying to chip my way back to where the game is now.
It is a lovely game. I should give it another whirl.
It was brilliant. But after, 1,000 hours,
yeah, you need a break.
There's a bit of burnout setting in.
You need a break. Who hasn't answered? I think there's one or two of you.
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
No Man's Sky, 1,399.9 hours. And yes, I am the person still playing. Star Trek Online, 1,149.8 hours since day one. And also, I couldn't tell you on Elder Scrolls because Elder Scrolls Skyrim is on everything, including pregnancy testers, and absolutely everything I own at one point has had some version of Skyrim on it. So, I mean, this computer alone has 600 hours on it. But I've had several different computers, and it didn't keep track of it. So that's. I think Skyrim is the most moddable version, and Skyrim is the one where I can easily mod it myself. So, don't like something about Skyrim? Change it.
Oh my god! I just remember that commercial with Keegan-Michael Key where they were advertising Skyrim for like the Amazon Alexa.
Yeah, which was just like an old text adventure, and it was apparently decently competent.
Yeah, apparently it was like you see a mountain before you, climb it. Okay, that was the whole. Like, oh God. But apparently it wasn't bad. I never tried it.
I mean, it's a text adventure. We had those figured out 50 years ago.
Yeah, basically.
The reason I'd like to play games I can mod is like in the Fallout series, it's like, okay, EDE dies. That's not anymore. EDE doesn't die. And I had a very popular mod for a while that said EDE doesn't die. It's a robot in Fallout.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't. Okay. I think we all answered that one. Let's move on to the.
Not me.
Oh, David. Sorry. Go ahead.
So, okay. I hear you. Spun the wheel there.
That's fine.
So, yes,
Answer
that's
your,
right.
I'm sorry, David. Go ahead.
Copy that. With 2,546.3 hours before it was launched, well, after it was launched on Steam, so it's probably more. That's gonna be Warframe.
Ah! Oh no!
Jesus.
Oh wow!
I am a bit burnt out on that game. I have tried to get back into it with this latest Warframe 1999 update, but I can't. I'm so tired. So yeah, that's my answer. Second place, if I were ever to count, is X4.
Oh, okay. That's some great games here and some questionable games. All right, the next question. What game are you playing right now? Well, we're not playing anything right now, but like I guess a better way to phrase that is what's your go-to game right now? And for me, that's going to be Undecember. It's an ARPG that's I've been playing on my newish gaming tablet, and it's just scratching that itch. It's scratching that ARPG itch very well. It's like a mix of Diablo and Torchlight, because you have a pet that will run back to town and sell your things, for example, but it's so violent and bloody, and there are many, many ways to kill people. It's just I don't know how many hours, because I don't think the thing tracks hours, but that's my go-to game right now is Undecember. Sadly, the Steam version sucks, but the version on my tablet is great. So what about you guys? What's your go-to game right now?
What's hot on the stove or something like that? Oh, go ahead, Jacob.
Currently, Path of Exile 2.
Ah, excellent.
How's that one come along, by the way?
It's solid. I still stand by my prior statement of wait a bit,
All right.
because things are. I'm not gonna say technically only half the actual campaign story is in the game right now.
Oh, okay, right.
Not that most people care, but also it is very much an issue. But also the game still has the game is still just put bluntly unfinished in the early access sense. So wait a minute. If you have ARPGs that you enjoy, which everyone here seems to have, play those instead until you get bored of them, which if that's even possible.
Or slightly burnt out.
Correct.
Oh, ARGs can get boring if they're not done right. I have played a few that I don't remember now. Okay, who hasn't answered? I think a few people.
I haven't.
Answered. Go ahead, David.
Well, I have gone full circle, it seems. It's kind of sad, really, especially from what I have understood here with you fortunately have commented on me and my interest in gaming when I have actually worked with it. And that is actually going back to Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing
It is
wrong with
so
that.
friggin' addicting. It's just hauling goods, A to B. It's so... God, what is... I don't understand. And... And I'm now drawing convoys for my cousin and his friend, so we can actually see each other on the map. Sometimes we drive past each other or stuff like that. Now that multiplayer doesn't really add a whole lot, but god damn it, that's all I can say. It's good.
They've had 12 years to tweak it and make it the amazing thing it is. I mean, they've done a great job of making it very addictive.
And it has gone through more progress than Star Citizen, so there's that.
Yep.
Most things,
baby.
Julie, I think you're about to speak.
Yes. It used to be until recently Final Fantasy 14. But the problem with Final Fantasy 14, as much as I and my sister, we have a Sunday night group we used to play exclusively, is you get to the point in the main storyline where you have to do a dungeon. And even though the community is pretty good, if there are some dungeons that you have to do that most of the people have done, you could end up waiting for a long time for it. So we have switched games, and now our go-to game is Halo. We play co-op. We just finished. We've been playing through the Master Chief Collection. We just finished the Halo, the third one, and now we're doing there's Halo with some initials after it. So we are playing through the Master Chief Collection.
That sounds really nice.
How many people can you do co-op in the Halo games?
You can do. I am told by the person who is usually our leader that that depends on which one. The earlier ones you can't. Our first two you can't play co-op. So we started with 3, and he said you can play up to 8 in that one. And we usually play, depending on the evening, 3 or 4 of us at the same time. And there's 2 of our regular static group where they played through the whole Master Chief series, and so they kind of like our team leaders and saying it's like, go in there. Why? The vacuum cleaner is in there. Well, it's a Far Side joke with the dogs, but they can help us avoid some of the pitfalls. So it's my sister, it's her first person shooter. Wow. Hey, and she says, wow, I can't get used to not over the shoulder. And someone says, see that turret over there? Yeah. Grab the turret gun and tear it off. Third person instantly. There's also mods for it, but yeah.
Oh, it is on sale right now.
My sister is in the living room. She points out that while it does give you a third person view to rip the turret gun off of the turret, you also move much slower, but you plow down just about everything in front of you.
Yeah, I've been meaning to play these games. Oh, it's on sale right now for like $10 for the whole thing. I have to do that. Yeah.
Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Central. Anybody's welcome to join.
Anybody who hasn't answered?
I haven't.
Okay, go ahead.
Currently, my go-to game has been MechWarrior 5.
Okay.
Because I'm running through a new campaign. I haven't done all of the DLC stuff yet, so I'm going back and doing the main campaign.
This is a very weird. Now, this is a very dumb question. Which one?
No, I said MechWarrior 5, not MechWarrior 5 Clans. I own Clans, but it doesn't run very well on my system, so I've gone back to MechWarrior 5.
Or to the BattleTech fans in the audience, MechWarrior 5 2C.
Well, I've watched someone stream the whole campaign, both sides of the campaign in Clans, and I want to play through it myself. I just haven't been able to because my computer can't handle it. But when I get a new computer, I will be doing so later.
Okay, that's good to know. All right. So I think there are maybe a couple people who haven't answered, or did we get everybody?
Me.
Okay.
I'm still playing Wild Bastards.
I had a feeling that would be your answer because you love that game. Like I wonder if Thorsten's playing Wild Bastards. I wonder if
yeah, that's my go-to game currently.
No, that's good. I mean, I think everyone needs a game where you can just kind of turn off your brain and relax for a while, and it gives you what you need. That's the mark of a good game. All right, did we get everybody? I think we did. Okay.
Did you answer, Jacob? Oh yeah,
yeah.
Off of X-Side, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh, it's let's do one more. Almost an hour. Let's do one more. What is your favorite game series? Oh, okay. Well, God, okay. Series, not just single game, but series. Oof. Tough. That's very tough because I love
Tough
this.
one.
I love
No,
this.
it's not. It's easy.
Okay, go ahead, Julie.
But it depends. Go ahead.
Oh, it's easy because it's the game where no matter how bad your life may or may not be, something can always be worse. The Fallout series.
Eh,
I
all right.
love the Fallout series. And if you haven't watched the new Fallout series on Amazon, what's the matter with you? Why haven't you? Because the guy who plays the zombie in it is spectacular.
Oh God,
I
what's it?
forget his name.
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins.
Yes,
he
that's
is.
that. He was also in Justified.
Oh God, he was the best thing about Justified. And Justified was an amazing show, and oh my God. Anyway, okay, so Fallout for you, Julie. I'm having a tough time deciding. I can't decide between Starflight, the X-Wing series, or the Free Space series. Because I love all those individual games as well. I guess I probably have to give the nod to Starflight, the Starflight 1 and 2 games, because they really got me. They like changed my whole perspective of gaming. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna have to say the Starflight series. If we have to stick with the series, Starflight 1 and 2. Yeah, that's my answer. That's a tough question. That's a very tough question. Anybody else got an answer?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna stuck between a lot of choices, but I settled down on Mountain Blade.
Oh, Mountain Blade. Ah, excellent choice. Yes, I know a lot of people who love those games, and I think they're all good. I've heard they're all pretty good. Like there really isn't a clunker in there, right?
I have the feeling there's not a single game that is really a bust.
Yeah,
For me, they are all good.
yeah.
Every single one.
All right. Anybody else got an answer to this one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, considering how, air quotes, the fourth game ended up, and, well, how the third game ended, I know Julie probably has something to say about this series as well. That is going to be the Mass Effect series from first
okay.
to the
All
third
right.
game. I really like the journey in all of those 3 games. Whatever happened with Andromeda, I do not know. And whatever happened at the very end of the third game, just scrap it. Just write something else. I don't know what happened in the ending.
No, we got a true ending for Mass Effect 3, and that was the Citadel DLC.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
the party in the apartment is the true ending. Absolutely, 100%.
Absolutely. So yeah, whatever happens there in the London in London in the game, it's just depressing. It's so sad. But yeah, Citadel. It ends at Citadel.
Yeah, exactly.
My response at that one moment was, "You did what to my Commander Shepard? Yours!" And I deleted the game.
Damn.
Fair judgment. Yeah.
Absolutely fair.
I mean, a lot of people are upset about that. So yeah.
I could see why. Who hasn't answered?
I haven't.
Okay, go ahead, Jacob.
And for a series that I enjoy a lot, it's had its ups and downs to the surprise of no one present, but I'm gonna say Total War.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Total War.
Yeah.
Even if its recent historical outings have been mediocre and they're focusing, in my opinion, way too much on Warhammer 3. Though I still kind of like it. It's still a brilliant series. It's an excellent tactical mix of tactics and strategy. And the historical titles, even the ones that are sort of bad, I think are really good, actually.
Did you know there are mobile versions of
I
this?
actually picked up Troy and I liked it. And
Yeah,
I
recently
loved Three
heard-
Kingdoms.
Yeah, I recently heard that Empire, of all things, was added on mobile.
Yeah, there's actually a few Total War games on mobile. I think Rome,
I have no clue how the interface would operate there, but sure.
apparently they got good reviews. I'm thinking of picking one up for my tablet. I don't know which one.
Try and tell me how it is. I do not have I very intentionally bought a very underpowered Android phone, so I'm not perpetually in a state of capable of playing video games.
Oh, I would not play this on my phone. Let me tell you what. I would play this. I would only play this on my tablet. I don't play games on the phone because thank you. But yeah, I think there's like 3 or 4 Total War games on mobile now, I think. I gotta look it up.
I know there's Empire. I don't know about the other ones.
Hang on, I gotta look it up. Total War. I'm actually curious now. I think there's at least 2 or 3. Okay, so there's Total War Empire. There's some more. There's more than that. I think there's Rome also. God, why is it only showing? Oh wait. Yes. There's Medieval 2, Rome. And there's a couple of expansions. Like they have like 3 different Romes because like they've separated them off.
Got it. I think I know what they did there because each of the expansions is technically its own like big sub campaign. So they chop them off and
Yeah, they basically have Rome, the Barbarian Invasion, and Alexander. So they have 3 different Romes.
Yeah.
And then Medieval 2.
Each of these is a separate sub campaign. Oh, they have Medieval 2 on there.
Yeah, that's and Empire. I've been thinking of getting Medieval 2 because so many people have told me that's the best Total War.
Medieval 2, it's yes. I dislike it only slightly less than everyone else purely because it's this. As stupid as it sounds, I don't like the setting.
Right.
Medieval warfare does not interest me as much as anything in either direction. Right.
But apparently all the ports are very good. I think Empire is the newest one. It's definitely the most expensive of these. But yeah, I've dabbled in all the Total Wars. I think the one that I enjoyed the most was Shogun 2. Probably my personal favorite.
Oh, that one's great.
Yeah, it's my personal favorite to the surprise of no one looking at my username.
Oh, it's my favorite as well. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder if they'll bring that one to the tablet.
It's give it a couple of years, they might pull it off.
Oh wait, what is this?
I made the mistake of my first try at that genre being a Total War game, and I failed dismally. So I learned my lesson. Always ask somebody who's played the game first.
Well, it's tough because they're complicated games, and I think the very first one might be the easiest entry point because it's the simplest. It's the least complicated.
In my case,
War One.
Yeah, Rome, the first Rome. Yeah.
I saw Total War Warhammer, and I said, anything with Warhammer on it, I'm there. And I said,
Ooh.
oh my God.
And that was your first mistake.
That was I'm sorry, that was kind of a mistake. But I would say if you're going to dive into Total War, yeah, I think the first one is probably the best jumping in point because it's the most focused, really. And I think they had a remake.
Actually, I can't remember which was first though, Rome or the first Shogun.
I think Rome was the first Total War. Oh God!
No.
No, it was Shogun. I think it's Shogun. You're right.
Yeah, Shogun.
You're right.
Okay, Shogun.
You're right. I apologize.
One,
You are correct.
Yeah, it was in that order. It was Shogun 1 and Medieval 1, and both of these were honestly kind of crap. And then Rome 1, which was actually good, and like still is good. And that's kind of the big thing. The first 2 games in Total War are easily the worst because they were still, let's put it bluntly, figuring things out.
Fair.
And
that's why I remembered Rome before I remembered that Shogun was first.
As far as most people are concerned, most fans will tell you that Total War started with Rome 1. And the two
Yeah.
games prior were sort of
Yeah.
like little tech demos that we don't talk about.
That must be why I wasn't thinking of it. That must be why I wasn't thinking of it. I will get one of these. God. Okay. If I was to, oh God, should I get Empire or should I get Medieval 2? I don't know.
Which do you like guns?
Yeah, of course I like guns. Yeah, absolutely.
Then play Empire.
All right, I'll get Empire. Yeah, I'll get it and I'll let you know how it is on mobile.
Yeah. All right, because on mobile. I mean, Empire has the upside of being. It was disliked at the time for being horribly simple. So for you, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, that works in its favor in this case.
I
You
think
can largely just win this game by printing out basic infantry by the hundreds and pointing them at something you want dead. But you can absolutely get fancy if you want.
Oh, the reviews are great, and I love when they port PC games over to stuff like this, especially now that I have a tablet. So I'm very interested to see how this works out.
Yes, now the big issue there is Napoleon Total War exists, and it's just Empire, but better. Like, directly.
Oh, I wonder if they'll do like an
But for
expansion. Wait, Napoleon
Go
ahead.
But for some reason, they didn't port that one over to mobile, despite it, again, being the same game on the same engine, just with a bunch of extra stuff.
Well, it looks like they're doing it bit by bit. Like, they did the Rome's, they did Medieval 2. I bet you eventually it'll get there. I bet you money it'll get
Fair
there.
enough. Let's give it a bit then.
Yeah, I
But
bet
you go pick up Empire. I will, if you have any questions as to how the games actually play in sort of general terms, I can answer.
Cool. All right. Did everyone answer? I think no.
I did not.
Okay, go ahead.
I did not. Mine would have to be the Like a Dragon series.
Oh, not Yakuza, but Like a Dragon.
No,
whole
I'm not
Yakuza.
saying. I'm saying the entire series because
Right,
that includes all the games that I played.
right.
So,
okay.
yeah, not
Right.
just the turn-based ones.
Right. So that whole Yakuza / Like a Dragon /
Right.
Judgment / there's a couple others,
And
I think.
yeah, they had the spin-offs. Yeah,
Yeah. So that, but the Yakuza series, basically. Yeah, that yes,
that's why I said Like a Dragon, is because it's not using the Yakuza name anymore.
right.
So,
But,
there's that.
but yeah, that whole milieu. Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a very good answer. All right, we covered a lot of ground today. This spin the wheel thing is fun. We will definitely be doing it again. We got to fill out the questions a little bit more, but we definitely will be doing this again. I don't know what we're doing next week because I don't have the bandwidth to think that far ahead right now. So we'll do something. I just don't know what it is yet. Just Jesus Christ. I'm a straight white guy and I can barely handle all this. Let me just tell you all, folks.
Things are fun.
Anyway. So that's gonna do it for today, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow for more Euro Truck Sim 2. Have a great day. Be safe, be well. Please take care of each other. Please get your vaccines while you can. Get your shots, wear your masks. Before they make wearing masks illegal. They'll probably try to do that at some point. Some places already have, I think. Thank you, as always, to our patrons who help pay for things like Restream, And don't forget to wear your helmet. We'll see you back here tomorrow, friends. Have a great